Yes, dear viewers, this is a community prayer revival church. I'm the host. I'm Apostle Bossa. We are delighted to communicate, and wherever you are, it's a privilege to reach you. And we believe that God is going to bless us. First of all, we want to thank God for the event of Easter, the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. Yes, it has been wonderful. Um, we are delighted. We are having Lita Kwagala, energetic youth,
Yeah.
the youth at the cutting edge, the youth of our generation.
Exactly.
And that she's here to share with us and giving us the nuggets concerning the relationship. You see, one of the most challenge, or one of the most challenges that I have realized, it is in the area of relationship. The relationship area has been so tainted, misinterpreted, and abused. And we just have to accept that if we don't share and come to know how to maintain and come to know how to relate, actually, the word relationship, it has two words embedded in. That is what we call relate. To relate. You understand? To relate. Then there is what we call a sheep. You see, there is a sheep and relate. So when you combine the two words together, you come up with a relationship. You understand? So if you are not so much conversant in relating with people, I have to tell you, your relationship has to fail. Number two, I have realized that most of us, depending on our backgrounds, we don't know how to relate man to man, man to woman. Is that English? English is forgetting me. Anyway, you will correct me. Actually, English is my second language. Now, listen, if you don't know how to relate with people, you will automatically fail in every manner of relationship. Because the word relationship, it is a big and a broader package. This time round, I want us to ride on the relationship of, call it boyfriend, that results into marriage. You understand?
Okay.
And into marriage and call it a family, call it a home. That is our ride tonight. And I'm ushering in the senior lady, Rita Kwagala. Please sharpen us. First of all, I want her to introduce herself to us. And then if she has a package, then she gives us the package. Then we shall continue from there. You're welcome.
Hi everyone. My name is Rita Pagala. Yeah, as a fellow youth, I'm here to talk about what we call maybe a relationship. It's something like an interview. Like it's going to be asking you some questions, and then maybe if you have some sharing, some adding something of a sort, you can also raise your voice. Yeah, and then we spice up the thing. Yeah. Yeah. So relationship to me, it's kind of what can I say?
Would you pick up your voice,
A
Rita,
voice.
please? Yes.
Okay. Um, I have
A preamble. How do you describe, how do you understand the word relationship? If it happens to drop in your ears,
hmm,
how do you interpret it?
how do
Because
I?
everything begins from the interpretation. Interpretation, I mean, the way you understand it. How do you understand the word relationship?
Well, relationship. someone can understand in different ways.
Mm.
It could be a brother-sister relationship.
Mhm.
It could be a father
Mhm.
or a family thing. It could be a friend or
That's right.
sometimes intimacy, what we call boyfriend girlfriend thing. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So relationship, there is a scripture that says that two can't walk together unless they have agreed.
That is Amos.
Yeah.
Can
So
the two work together unless they agree?
exactly.
That is very good.
So a relationship, what we call okay intimacy for specificity, like what we are basing on at the moment. A relationship of girl boy, or what we call intimacy relationship, or what we call the agape love. Yeah. Um, it's where like two people, male and female, where some people take it otherwise and go for female, female, and male, male. Okay, it's
Madam
different.
Rita, Madam Rita,
Yes.
I want our viewers to have a sense of clarity.
Hmm.
I don't want us. I request that we don't mix the agape love and this chemistry love. You understand? The agape love, that one is a command.
Okay, I get.
So we are now sharing about the chemistry love. You understand me? This chemistry,
Okay.
boy to girl, man
Yeah.
to man. That's what we are sharing about.
Okay.
So basically,
Mm.
I want us to know from your views, how do you understand? And by the way, how do you prefer this relationship? How do you want it to be right? I mean, how do you want it to I mean to be, how can I say, how do you like it to be, how do you love it to be operated? Gwanjagadde ki gubeere nga gutambula relationship eno mu Luganda, relationship tugayita mapenzi mu lulimi lw'ennaku zino lutwendinga,
Osanga ya mapenzi something
kubanga waliyo omuvubuka eyo ng'ayinza obutakitegeera bulungi. Tuguyite mukwano, muhabbati, muhabbati.
Yes.
Kati ndowooza oba kudeetinga, bwe tukozesa ekigambo
I
kudeetinga
think
ndowooza
dating is
bakitegeera.
better. Dating is better.
Kati eyo area gye njagala tukole ki, tutambuliremu. So really give us, you can give us, as you are sharing with us, you are giving us some nuggets. Not because you are so much experienced in that area, because the way I see you, you're still also a youth. Tonaba kukaddiwa nnyo. But you are just helping us, you are sharpening us along the line of your experience. It might not be all that much experience, but the way you understand and the way you love it.
Yeah. Okay. The way I love a relationship, or the way I want it to be, it's different from someone else. But to my view, a relationship is supposed to be agreed about. For example,
There must be an agreement.
yes.
That is good. So before the relationship, you're saying that the first step should be agreement. In other words, most of the relationships are crumbling. They can't stand because on the first tone there wasn't all that the basis of agreement. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Continue.
So after an agreement, you're supposed to create that special bond. Yes, I've agreed to move with you, but can we really connect? Can we bond? So this bonding comes through dating. The more you create time for each other, maybe it's kind of bonding because you can't say that you love God.
Okay, if I'm to understand you, ingine umusokam, if I am to understand you, and for clarity to them that are watching us, bonding, you are trying to say that in any successful relationship, one, there must be an agreement.
Yeah.
What type of agreement? Can you break it down? Where, in which areas that do we or do you have to agree with your partner?
Okay. The type of agreement I'm meaning, it's the agreement. For example, for us, it's like someone comes to you, says, "Rita, this and that." You get. So when it comes to you, he comes to you with a suggestion. For example,
A proposal?
yes, something of a sort. So it comes to you. You know what, Rita? maybe I want to be your boyfriend, something of that sort. Yeah. And the answer has to come from me whether I accept or not. So it's kind of like an agreement. Yes, you can come to me, you tell me that you love me, but if I don't accept, then you'll be wasting your time.
Oh, that is the agreement you are saying it is on the line of a yes.
Yes.
So this agreement is on the line of a no. So what you're saying that the relationship begins on the tone of yes.
Yes.
The three-lettered word,
Yeah.
it is the beginning of a relationship.
Exactly.
Okay, basically, I'm trying now to get you,
Mm.
and now I've really got a picture.
Mhm.
And like if I'm to propose, like I've approached you, that you know,
Yes.
Rita,
Mm.
enyindo yenkubye Rita ofananye bulungi Rita nanjagadde
Okay.
ABCD ofananye
Yeah.
bulungi omanyi gwe kyennyanja mu
Mm.
mazzi
Yeah.
era bannange era otabeerawo nga bw'obimanyi
Yeah.
andaba akati gwe nosooka n'owuliriza
Mm.
kati nanjagadde okubuuza how long would you love that to take? Is it casually? Is it abruptly? Oba wandyagadde kyandinyumye singa kitutteko akabanga nga bakukwana ebbanga eddene. That yes, when does that yes come?
I think
When does it come? We want to know when is that yes coming? Because the viewers, somebody viewing us, need to know when do I have to say yes? Because there is a saying before you come in. There is a saying these days, or is it long ago? They used to say, omusajja bw'otomutambuzaako, omusajja bw'otomutawaanyaako, otomala kumutawaanya. Hey, things have changed. Akita zira balinga batalina nnyo obudde bwakola ki bwakwona. So what is your advice? What is the piece of advice as you are still riding on the line of yes, on the line of agreement? How long would you propose that it should take?
I think that yes depends on someone's values. I personally, it depends on someone's values. Like, okay, the way you've approached me, okay, that also matters because first impression always matters. Okay, the way you impress me, okay, like you approach me, it will actually impress me to either like go on with you or a step back. You get so basically the duration that yes can take, it depends because yes you might come to me but I don't feel you, yeah. And actually some of us take some time because some of us sorry but I'm a born again and we normally get advice from our pastors. They normally tell us on what to do. For example, when someone comes to you, you get so you can come to me, but I first look at one. Is this person capable, like being my kid's father? Because literally we don't date for fun, unless you want to date for fun, of course.
Kakati Rita,
Yeah.
tuyambe otubuulire capable mu ki nga masitula nga asitula buzito, what capability really if you are to weigh somebody's
Like,
capability
what?
find wallet capability ki wallet wise over these things are very very important and this is where we've gone wrong. This is where all our sisters and our brothers outside of that they have gone wrong and they have missed it. They have missed it. Yes, there is this tendency of weighing somebody's capacity or capability. But I believe, dear watchers, dear viewers, like Madame Rita has stated it out, yes, capability is also a factor. But my question is, do you have a capabilimeter? And how do you trust your capabilimeter? And how sharp is your capabilimeter? You understand? Because those are the issues that we are facing in the church, most especially when it comes to the relationship, even in the marriages, even in the marriage institution. When you hear somebody, if you happen to interview them, if you happen to have counseling, if they come to a session of counseling, you understand that there was a miss. We don't call it a misconcept. We don't call it a misinterpretation. I mean, we call it a miscalculation because every human being has an intellect. Olina wano obwongo obusobola okukola ki okukola okitegeera naye kati nga tubuweeyinga buno obusobozi buno nga tubuweeyinze capability nga bw'ogambye twagala otunyonyola capability ki kubanga olwaliro nyinza okuba nga nsobola ng'opima waleti yange nga nina omulimu mulungi
Yeah, right.
gwekukwanidde okitegeera kati n'ompimira mu busobozi obwo nogala ono asobola avuga emmotoka nungi ono asobola alina omulimu mulungi. And then my question comes, how far are you sure? How sharp are your spiritual lenses? Are they able to see beyond? So along those lines please, twagala nawo tuyambe our capability ekintu kikulu nnyo kubanga of course tewali muntu ayagala agenda na muntu atakola ki atali capable. So what is this capability? I mean, what do you mean? We want to get you properly.
Okay, capability kyengezaako okutegeeza nti when you look at someone, yeah, is this person capable of being my for example my children's father? You get? You first look at the future to come before giving someone a chance. First of all, that person, is this person capable of, for example, taking care of a family? Because charity begins at home. The way you approach me, the way you take me, it will actually matter a lot. I look at you and I be like, this person, Frank is capable. Like Frank can take care of me. So it depends. It's not being materialistic. There are people who are actually dope, they're rich, but literally they can't take care of their
maybe
family.
to add on more meat for our viewers, let's also attack it in this direction also. A boy or a woman is just being born.
Yeah.
Because none of us negotiated with God to be born either male or female. We were just born. Born a girl, born a boy. And then there is a process of making a woman and a man. I think that's where you're going. A girl and a boy, they are just born.
Okay.
Then a man and a woman, they are made. So there is a process of making a woman in you. There is a process of making a woman in the girl. You understand?
Yeah.
There is this age, I'm speaking about it from adolescence to adulthood, that is 18, if I'm not mistaken. So the period or the gesture, omwana akyali muwala ali mu myaka katugambe nti kuva ku mwenda agenze mpaka ku 17 okitegeera amakinga akyali muwala kati naye mu process eyo aba atandika okufuuka omukazi. So omwana omuwala bazaala muzaale, omukazi bakola mukole, kati omuwala yakola omukazi. Okitegeera tuli ku capability. Kati bw'omala okulaba nsobola omusajja oba omulenzi oba yenna azze okukukwana asobola okujja nga omutunuulira bw'oti either nga akyali mulenzi nga tannaba kukola musajja nga tannafuuka musajja. Onfuna kati bw'amala okujja gy'oli n'omutunuulira in that perspective n'omutunuulira n'omwetegereza ku balala Katonda babanga mwadde that chance nga bw'obadde oyogere, then ndowooza it's like you are telling us that you need to take it further. Kati what you are trying to say, you are saying that this man proposing, because now he's no longer a boy, is now a boy, is a man. Now this man proposing must have the character, because it is a man that makes a husband.
Yes, exactly.
So within every man, dear viewers, within every man there is a husband. Within every woman there is a wife. What does this mean? A girl, a boy is just born, but a man and a woman, they are made. Now when it comes to a husband or a wife, they are developed. A husband is developed, a wife is developed. We are now speaking about the character. That is the capability.
Yes,
now.
Exactly.
Continue.
So after looking at the capability, secondly, you have to ask yourself, is this person kind? Because time comes in a relationship where only kindness can save it. Because time comes when literally no one wants to hear about the other. He has gotten a problem, I don't care, you get. So, is this person kind? Secondly. So if this person is not kind, it's not worthy it. Because if you're dating someone who is not kind, in case maybe love fades, and then there is always that boring state that in a relationship whereby if you don't text me, I won't text you. If you don't call me, I won't call you. Okay. But if that person you're dating is not kind enough, yeah, it's going to keep on hurting you and all that. So you also look at that.
Are we mixing commitment and kindness?
Not really.
What do you really mean by somebody
Commitment, actually,
kind?
commitment is different from kindness.
Kind, it is to show mercy, is what you are driving at.
It's kind
Is
of.
are you trying to speak about somebody being responsible or somebody to care? Is that what you are driving? What
Yes.
kind of please clarify? What is
Kindness.
this kind of kindness? Because if the viewer may need to know. Oli ayagala kisaati mu Luganda tukiyita tutya? Omuntu asaasira yali omuntu afaayo.
You can literally show kindness to your woman because time comes
Siko kufaayo.
Something of a sort. Because time comes when literally no one wants to know about the other. Yeah. Time comes.
Oba ogamba okubeererawo.
Someone
mu lulimi lw'ennaku zino okubeererawo kyogezaako okugamba. Akati nti munna afunye ekizibu n'omubeererawo n'omuzaamu amaanyi bwe tukitwale bwe tutyo. Omanyi lwaki nkuvuga bwe nti awuliriza oluzungu ayinza okusigala nga naye yeebuuza ekibuuzo naye ate n'ayagala okuzza mu Luganda ng'akijja mu luzungu kiyinza okukola ki? Kiyinza okumutabula. So kati kyogezaako okutugamba nti oba ng'oli mu relationship waliwo factors z'olina okuconsideringa. One, oli alina obusobozi, capacity, capability, obusobozi. Togambye bwa ssente, naye alina obusobozi obulabirira abaana singa obuyimirizaawo amaka.
Literally kiruma nnyo okusanga omuntu ng'omusanze nga she's okay, she's well off, ng'omusanze nga ali bulungi, nga omusanze ali single naye ng'alabika bulungi. Yeah? She looks good, she does her hair, she smells good. Yes. Yeah, you have to smell good. Yeah, she smells good. And then out of the blue, after starting to date, you went off fading.
Now fading in a relationship.
Yeah. So you have to look at the capability. Okay, we're not being materialistic, but aina giving hearts. Waliwo omuntu okuba nga talina apostle. Waliwo omuntu okuba nga talina. Naye nga that person mu butalina bwe, I'm making sure my girl is okay. You get? It's not all about the money, because someone asobola okuba ne sente. Naye nga tasobola ziteeka mukazi gw'ayagala.
Guys, viewers, ng'olaba ng'otulaba nkusabye muwala gwe. Ono muwala yabakiikiridde naye nange ndi muzadde. Muwala gwe nga tonnaba kwewaayo wholesale mu relationship eyo. Ekisoose akugambye Rita, sooka weeyinge oyo aproposinga alina obusobozi bw'ayogerako si bwa ssente naye alina obusobozi okustandinga, alina obusobozi okutekinga responsibility oba okwetika byonna ebivaamu, okitegera, okukivuga paka okukituusa, kubanga tubalabye nga babibuukamu n'akikulekamu, akufunyisiza olubuto n'akikulekamu, n'akuleka ne bazadde bo bakutaddemu ssente, bakuweeredde, bafubye naawe. Abamu muli ku basingle mothers, abamu bamama bammwe be batoba. Maama bw'atobye ne ssente, yerekereza amasanyu, yerekereza kino nakiri, akutaddemu ssente osome, kati ogenze kubuukana mu ki? Ate okoze ensobi, ekisooka obuuse na mulenzi. Omulenzi akufunyisiza olubuto tannafuuka musajja. Ayinza okubanga musajja afunyisiza olubuto naye ng'obwongo bwe bwakito tasobola kubeera mwami. Okitegeera, kubanga si buli musajja nti asobola okubeera omwami. Not every man can be a husband. Kati a husband tekitegeeza waleti, buba buvunaanyizibwa. Okitegeera, ng'omusajja ono ajja kutwala obuvunaanyizibwa alabirire amaka ge, alabirire abaana bagenda okuzaalamu. Ate naawe wenyini akulabira. Rita agambye nti okufeedinga, akati waliwo sayinizi kolina naawe okulabira naawe ofeedingidde mu relationship. Ddala Rita. Charity begins at home.
Yes, exactly.
Abaganda bagamba nti akaliba akendo kalabira ku ki?
Exactly.
Ku mukono. If you cannot, kale oyinza obutamunenya owooluganda oyajja okukwana ayinza okuba nga talina
Actually,
bulizi.
waliwo abantu abamu nga like tasobola kugamba nti girlfriend wange maybe ayagala sente okusiba nviiri, girlfriend wange maybe ayinza okuba nga yeetaaze kinene kitegeera, but sometimes some people actually there nga bali bwe batyo naturally, yeah, and you can't blame them for that.
Nga tayiiya kyotegeeza nga tayiriza girlfriend we.
Exactly. Nga oba tomugambye ekintu tagenda kukikola, you get, but once you tell him he will literally do it. Kitegeera. So sometimes some of them also learn from us, yeah. So if you try to teach him something and he tries to get it, aba agezaako. Kitegeera. Well, trying okumusomesa ekintu n'ogamba nti oba otambudde, for example, sobola okuba nga maybe odatinga omuntu nga tagaba birabo, oba ogenze maybe for example I'm telling you, there are literally small things, that ebituleetera girls to fall in love with someone. Someone could just come to me and then gives me maybe sometimes a bracelet and be like, yeah, I really love
Okay. Kakati, you're trying to tell us that there are those that naturally they are just they have to be driven, they have to be switched on
exactly.
by showing them the need. If you don't show them the need, they don't have that intellect. That's what you are saying.
Yes, exactly. Nga n'ojja kumala omwezi mulamba ng'otudde ewaka n'eminisitule naye akutunuulire oba tomugambye ajja kulowooza nti maybe, but once maybe kati engeri y'okuimproving maybe those ones, because bagamba nti a woman makes a husband, you get, you're supposed to make the man that you want. If you try to make him and he's literally not coping, or he won't cope up.
Kasuke. Okay, now listen.
So that is it basically.
Now, there's something that you've pointed, and I feel like we have to make it go or reach home.
Yeah.
You've mentioned about somebody of maybe failing to take care of the spouses that in the relationship that people
actually that one is key, because once you fail to take care of the woman that you're dating, how are you going to take care of the kids?
Now, don't you think
I'm your firstborn, literally? Like if I'm dating someone, for example, I'm dating someone, I'm your first responsibility to you. If we are dating for purpose of a family, then I'm your first responsibility. If I don't see that responsibility in you, on me, then trust me.
But don't you think that even you, the one that I date, you as a lady, don't you think that you also have a role to play so that this relationship stands wrong?
Exactly.
One, like I'm saying, one rule, like if you are still a student, you're still a student.
Yes, I am.
Don't you think that you are making a mistake in the first place to go after your fellow student? And how do you expect your fellow student to meet your needs when they are also somebody? There is a party meeting their own needs.
I saw this coming.
Because even student, as a student, you need to braid your hair. You need, you need to look good. You need to smell good, like you said.
Yes.
But now, don't you think that it is a mistake to bump into a fellow student? Because even your fellow student, or both of you, you are students, and you are in a relationship. You see, it might be a mistake that both of you are committing.
Can I please say something?
Please.
I think that thing, once maybe you start a relationship with your fellow student, that thing is agreed upon, and you must actually look at something. Is this person I'm dating understanding that I'm studying? You get? Yes, you are studying, but literally, we used to have the things, okay, don't report me to daddy. We used to have the things whereby students used to date in high school and all that, you get, yeah? They used to date in high school, but literally, you can see even in their luck, you could still get something.
No, let us advise. It is not, it wouldn't be prudent, but Mr. Wisdom can advise us. If you are a student, because a student, there are students that are above 18.
Yeah, that's very true.
Now we are categorizing the students. we are now focusing on students past S4.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm.
Those above 18 who have already made women.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
I think it is a great mistake that you guys you're making.
Mm.
It's a mistake that you do to bump into your fellow student. Because at the end of the day, this student is also at school most of his time.
Yeah.
And is a dependent still. Now, how do you think that he is going to manage himself out of what he's going to get? Unless he's going to buy you these sweets, then those small things.
Okay. Basically, what I can talk about that. It depends on your agreement when you're going into a relationship.
It comes back to the agreement.
Yes. And secondly,
the memorandum of understanding
yes.
that you made in the beginning.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to have that understanding. I'm dating a student. Yeah. You have to understand. Rita, I'm dating Ronnie, he's a student. Yeah. I have to understand that if I want a wig of 100K, he can't afford it. But if I love him, I'll still be patient with him. You get?
I get it.
So it depends. Yes, there are students who actually date, they finish school and then get married. So it's not a mistake. There is nothing like a mistake. There is something that says that every mistake in art, like any mistake in art, is a design. You get? So me dating a fellow student, I'm putting myself into that aspect. Yeah, I'm dating a fellow student, yes, right. But I have to understand that if at all Rita, I'm dating a fellow student, and then maybe Martha, my friend, is dating a working class. Yeah, I don't have to compare myself to Martha. You get? Yeah, because I'm dating a student, and I have to put it in mind that I, Rita, I'm dating a student, Martha is dating a working class. If at all she goes for shopping with maybe 500K, and then maybe my small guy, like my classmate who loves me, my coursemate, my fellow student, gives me maybe 50K or 100K, I have to understand.
Now, what is your say
about maybe
these? I don't know why we are stacking on students, because I think you are in an institution that is actually that's the experience, right?
Yeah.
But what do you have to say uh, about the students who pressurize? You have already known that you are dating the student. Number two, you see, students also differ.
Yeah.
There are those who are students, but their background, they have what we call financial muscle.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand?
Yeah.
The family is well able to facilitate them and to fund and to meet all the what?
Okay.
Their needs and plus the extra. The mysterious, whatever, let us call that. Then you are now in a relationship. You have dated somebody who is your fellow student, doesn't have a job currently. You are all eating books, if I'm to say.
Exactly,
You understand?
Yeah.
You are all eating books, if I'm to say.
Yes.
Now, what do you have to say? Those who pressurize, actually, those who over pressurize, because you can find. Have I been to the studio I've ever seen what is happening at the university? You find a lady, she's a student, but she has a lot of demands. Every weekend she has to go out for an outing, and she doesn't go to cheap places.
Apostle, I think that comes back to a man. Okay, yes, I'm talking on behalf of ladies, but also that comes back to the man. I'm dating this girl, but is this girl patient enough? Maybe in case I can't provide something. And if at all there is a girl that is pressurizing you over something that you don't have, that you can't manage to get, please leave her. That is it. Because first of all, you make crimes for that girl. Yeah. You take loans just to fulfill her dreams and all that. Yeah. So my fellow youths, what I can tell you as a man or as a boy.
Can you hit that hard? Can you hit, because it is an advice that if somebody is putting you on pressure, pressurizing in a relationship, count it down.
If that person
quit that
not
relationship
patient
because
enough.
your partner is so demanding.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, you will suffer pressure
Yes.
for nothing.
Mhm.
It's like now, it's like you bumped into a class where you don't belong.
Yeah, exactly. So if you see like she's too expensive for you, yeah, or maybe she's over pressurizing you over something,
So demanding.
so demanding, yeah.
I need
Actually,
this, I need this, I
you
need this, I need
personally
this, I
did
need
a
this.
mistake at first because before agreeing to a relationship, maybe you first got to know each other and all that. You first got to know her, yeah. So you did a mistake personally to get a girl who is demanding. And what I can advise you, if she's over pressurizing you, if she doesn't understand that you can't get something she wants, then leave her. That's what I can say.
Now, you students also, you have a tendency, and this is so common.
Yeah.
Like, I give you an invitation,
Okay.
and then you come with a club. You come with 4 escorts. You understand?
Okay.
You come with 4 escorts,
Personally,
and
I
they are so
think,
demanding.
mm,
What kind of relationship? What
I
is your
think
advice if somebody
I
behaves
think
like that?
as girls, that is not ethical. That's what I can say. If at all you invite me maybe for an outing, maybe for a dinner, something of a sort. If at all you're invited for something, you alone, like you go alone, you get. Because first of all, before this person calling you, he makes a budget. He's like, I'm going to use this and this, you know. So if you want to bring some people along with you, maybe you first make a phone call. You be like, you know what, um, Rennie, I want to
Is
come
it
with my
okay?
friends.
Is it okay to come
Yeah.
with
Can I please come
is
with
it okay to
them?
have a company?
Exactly. Yeah.
Advise you advise them, please.
Exactly. So you have to first
I think
need
those
to
are
make a
manners.
call. Yeah, they're manners.
Ethics,
So you, yeah.
ethics.
So you're coming to
Relationship
someone,
ethics.
yeah. So
Mhm.
you're coming to someone, for example, you're dating someone, then he invites you to come over maybe somewhere, and then you come with a bang of girls. What does that mean? It's not ethical as a girl. It's not worthy it. Because sometimes you bring them and then they're the same people who take your spouse. Yeah? You
Speak
bring
it
them.
again.
Oh, no, really.
So in the process, you are handing over
The
your
guy
spouse
to
to.
someone else.
So I mean, you are creating what we call vulnerability.
Exactly.
You're
You're creating room for
you're
him.
you're okay.
Actually, you're giving him a way that I have friends. Yeah. And literally, those friends of ours.
And to make matters worse,
Yes.
you may be given an invitation. You don't even have to compare your beauty, the level of your beauty.
Mm.
You are moving in the company of 4 girls who are even more beautiful
Beautiful
than you. And at the end of the day, what do you expect?
And then you blame a man of cheating on you with your friend, yet you took their friends there and all that. I think it's not ethical. When
Now,
you're invited somewhere, like go. If at all they give you, for example, you can be like, you know what, I want to take you somewhere, but it's okay. You can come with your friend. Yeah, it's fine.
no, I have also to chip in something here because every wise man cannot easily bump into a woman unless they have access.
Yeah, that's true.
There must be that accessibility. There must be, I can't call it a loophole, but there must be a ventilation. Do we call it a ventilation? Is that English?
Yeah, it's a ventilation.
Akamuli. Omusajja alina ateekwa okuba n'akatundu w'ayitira okutandika okukwana omukazi. Omusajja alina ategeera tamala kutuukako okukubonage n'akutomera butomezi no. Alina yeetooloola, I think you know that. Asooka n'akwetooloola n'ayitira kakati ggwe nalulungi alowooza nti oli wa bbeeyi nnyo gwe bawadde outing n'ojja ng'okumba n'abawala balala bana ng'ate n'oluusi bakusinga n'obulungi ate bayinza n'okuba nga bakusinga n'empisa ate bakusinga n'ebbina bakusinga beauty ne structure ate n'ekyokubi bayinza n'okuba nga bakusinga n'empisa bomu b'otambula bano abaana b'otambula nabo mulimu abali serious kati batunuulira gaayo ne batunuulira qualities ze abamu kimanyi do you know that some can even sympathize with this guy of yours bagala naye gaayo ono singa mukwatako kakati okimanyi nti bamanyi n'okwetega bayinza oba n'omwetegaawo
You know, girls have this tendency, we've even entered toilets written on stuff only. So you're showing me that this is your boyfriend. Tisola mugana kugenda yo.
So you are warning them in that area also to be conscious.
Yeah, they should be conscious about that.
To be conscious,
Mm.
okay?
Yeah.
Because you may think that you are giving a burden to this boyfriend of yours.
Exactly.
You want
It's
want
kind
to,
of
to, to
testing
you want to
whether
sack
he's,
him. Kumbe, you are giving him an opportunity
you know?
to make a better choice from you
Yeah.
or than you. Eh?
Yeah, that's very true.
So as we're winding,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm not going to ask you about the marriage because you're not yet there.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
But I believe one day you're going to get married.
Exactly.
If you are ready,
Mm-hmm.
suppose you are ready today,
Okay.
what type of man would you love to approach you?
Okay.
What are the qualities? The height, maybe the academics or what? Because all those things, I know you girls, you have all that.
Yeah.
Please, can we hear from you?
I personally, if I'm looking for a spouse or looking into someone to take as my husband, first of all, okay, when it comes to, okay, beauty comes from inside, but you must also be somehow, yeah.
What?
Beauty comes from inside, yeah. But of course, you must be first of all.
Before you go to that,
Mm,
is there any man who is not handsome?
I think the word handsome they mistaken it.
Please help us.
Handsome.
Mm.
My pastor used to tell me that handsome, like your beauty as a man is in the pocket, because that's why. Yeah. Don't laugh. That is it. My pastor told me, like, okay, like he always teaches us in church.
Handsomeness of a man is in the wallet.
Yeah, because it is hand and sound. That is what they told us. You get.
Mhm.
So, however,
Can you speak that again? And louder?
it is
The
hand.
handsomeness of a man
Yes.
is in his wallet.
Yes, it is the
So
hand
if
and
your
sound.
wallet is weak, you're not handsome.
That is how. Yeah, that is what they told us.
Is that how you believed that theory,
Well,
or it is your pastor's
let
theory?
me tell you how I came to understand it.
Mm.
There are this what we call a planned kid. Yeah,
Mhm.
a planned kid is never ugly. However ugly he is, he's always called, oh my cutesy, something of a sort. He's handsome, he's white, and all that you get. So I normally the reason as to why I came to maybe come to one agreement with it, when I literally witnessed it myself. Uh, the what we call the planned kids. Yeah, most of them, when you look at them, and then when you look at these people from poor backgrounds, yeah, they normally, these people in poor backgrounds, they are normally very cute. Yeah, but when you look at the other planned kid, what we call the planned ones, yeah, they're normally there, like not that so cute. But just because he has money and he's giving that vibe that girls love, yeah, you be like, oh, this guy
So,
is so hot.
as you're winding,
Yeah.
what is the last word, 2 or 3, that you are giving to our viewers tonight? In encouragement, in advice, what piece of advice, encouragement that you are giving to our viewers, most especially in your age bracket, the students, because you are also at the institution, so you have other experience, you've gone through a lot,
Yeah.
and you've gone through a lot of challenges. Sometimes there are temptations that you've gone through. Please drop the last 4 or 3 words.
My advice to the fellow youths is that fellow youths, love people who love you. To save yourself from depression. I normally hear people, this one has committed suicide, something of a sort. The guy has cheated, and then you feel like you've lost everything and all that. Love people that love you. Oh, okay. There is something that says in the Bible. We girls are supposed to submit. Yeah, you're not supposed to love.
You
the
submit,
guy,
and then
yes,
the
the Bible says
wives have to
men,
submit to
yes,
their men, and men have to love
have to
their
love.
wives. Yes,
Exactly.
that is Ephesians chapter
Yes.
5. Yes.
You be there. I think there is a there is a whatever an apostle that I normally follow on TikTok.
Mm.
He always says, you be there, Pastor, I love him so much. And we girls have that tendency. I love him so much, I can't live without him. Are you supposed to love? There is someone who is dying for you there. Go for people who love you to save yourself from getting depressed. You get. So that's what I can say. If you want a good relationship, unhealthy relationship, first of all, make sure it's God driven and someone loves you. And then submit. Love will come.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can't go any further, but we shall be coming again because these are going to be series, and we shall have Madame Lita again uh, in the second up to 10 episodes of Fellowship Nuggets. And we may not be uh, so much experienced. We may not have yet touched that area, itching area that you want us to touch. Please continue to follow us. And as you continue to follow us, then graciously and by the grace of God, we will be able to touch that itching area of yours. But this is what we have to say, that please, in order for the relationships to stand, there must be an agreement. That is step number one. Number three, there must be that weighing scale, finding out the capability on both sides. The one to be your wife and the one to be your husband, not financially, but character wise.
Yes.
Because a husband and a wife, it is all about the character. Listen, the reason why we are reaching you from where you are, we are so mindful about families, because if you speak about the relationship, of course you are speaking about families. There are three things that God created or made which are inseparable. God created a family, God created a nation, God created the religion. I'm sorry, having been an apostle, somebody will say, Apostle, why don't you say a church? It's okay. But I've used the word religion so that everybody may be on board, everybody may feel being accommodated. You understand? If we have stable relationships, we are going to have good families. And if we have good families, we are going to have strong nations. And once we have strong nations, then we shall have powerful churches. May God bless you. Once again, we are Community Prayer Revival Church. Shalom, shalom. God bless you. I love you.